says, I'm in Modesto, California. Would it be worth it to drive to San Jose or San Francisco, which is 2 hours away? So 2 hours is a long time. You're talking about 4 hours round trip. The longer you stay in that city, the better it might be. You could do events. If Taylor Swift's coming to town, maybe if you have people there, you say, oh, can I crash on your couch? You get a really, really, really cheap hotel, but it might be worth it for a weekend. You go, you spend a weekend, maybe you pack a bag, you find a gas station that has showers. And if I was like really down and out, really struggling, and then I really needed to hustle and make some money, that's something that I would do. So yeah, I would pick specific events. And then one thing that you're just going to be disadvantaged at by not living where you work is that it's going to take you longer to know the market. And that's a big part of it. So the only way to really tell if it's worth it is by trying and error. That's really it. I don't know how big your family is. People for rideshare don't like hearing this, but people move all the time for work. And I probably would move out of California, but that's probably not an option for everyone. But I would consider, maybe you don't move 2 hours to LA. It's expensive, right? Maybe you move an hour closer. That's not unreasonable. Or maybe if you have the ride filters with Lyft, you can head towards a destination. So there might be people you are able to pick up as you're heading from Modesto to LA or San Jose or wherever, right? Maybe you might not get them for the whole 2 hours. You might get them for an hour. You might get them for 30 minutes. And then it might be the same case back. And then eventually, if you do it long enough, you might find someone who is routinely taking that ride, who routinely schedule rides that you can say, all right, you put it in the Lyft app and I'll grab it or whatever. Or if you want to get your proper licenses to do private rides so that you don't get in trouble and the proper insurances, you can then take that cash ride, right? Just make sure you do it properly and don't get in trouble. There are tricks to it. And while you're learning those tricks to it, you might take a loss, right? It might not be worth it like on paper, but over time, depending on the situation, depending on how you do it, if you're going for the football games, if you're going for the basketball games, if you're going for specific events, like what you need to do is break out your Google Calendar and you need to look at all the events and the towns that are around you that you're willing to drive towards. And that's how you make your decision, and then you can start building a strategy for getting there without deadheading as much as possible. So that's how I would do it. Sometimes I do that here. Like I know Savannah has the biggest St. Patrick's Day celebration on the Southeast coast. And for St. Patrick's Day, Savannah's 2 hours away from me. I'll drive 2 hours, St. Patty's Day, and I'll run that for 16 hours. I'll do 8 hours, take a break, chill out, go to the bathroom, wash my face. If they're like wet body, like disposable rags you can get, make sure you're staying fresh. You don't want to be stinky in someone else's car. And I'll drive that entire day. So it's all about what you're willing to do and the amount of effort and patience you're going to have to figuring out the best strategy for an unknown market. So I live in Myrtle Beach. Slow, where would you drive in Charleston? I would just set an area filter downtown Charleston, but like I said, like I told the guy who was asking earlier, should he go and work in these areas around where he lives? You're at a disadvantage because you got to put more effort into learning the market. One tip I will say is don't go to the airport. Like airport rides are fine, but don't wait at the airport for airport rides. If you get one naturally, that's fine. And set an area filter during like the weekends, and then just stay there. That area filter isn't that great for airport rides because it's outside of the area filter. So what I like to do, and here's some like free game for everyone, is even though you set the area filter, that doesn't mean never take rides that take you out, right? If it's 3 a.m., I go downtown, I know that I'm not gonna get a lot of rides from downtown to downtown. I'll still set the area filter so that I can let the bonuses stack up. And then with the area filter, if there's a ride that's starting within your area, but is going outside of the filter, it'll pop up on the map and you can pick it and it'll show you how much the ride is going to pay. It'll show you exactly where it's going. Some of you might see this when you're not online and you see them pop up, but when you click on it, it doesn't really give you any information. This one gives you more information. So if I'm sitting on bonuses, I'll wait for the bonuses to accumulate. I have an $8 bonus. I see an airport ride for $12, not including the bonus. That's $20. I'm going to take it. That's part of the strategy. It's not a flaw. I'm not just taking it because, nothing else is happening. I know at 3 a.m. there's not going to be people going from downtown Charleston to downtown Charleston. Everyone's asleep. The only people who are awake are people who are trying to go to work. So sometimes I'll get some nurses or people who are trying to go to the airport. So that's one strategy right there. It's a really good strategy and you're welcome. If you found that helpful, make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss future strategies.